If I'm not happy with your clappings, then I do this. Okay? You like it, I know, you like it. I read mine. So, I don't know how many of you noticed my name is Dr. Ashok Bhai MBBS. And indeed, that was the way it was written in my certificate. I'm not trying to draw a parallel with Munna Bhai. The theme that has been given to me has already been clarified by my good friend, Mr. Gopal SEHJPAL. But the title I have chosen for my presentation is When Down Means Up. Because down is not really the description of this syndrome. It was described by Mr. John Langdon Down, and that's why Down has got stuck. But now, what is Down syndrome? That's the next question that comes. So, allow me to explain, for the sake of those people who don't know much about it. We also call it trisomy 21. But for that, you got to understand that the human body consists of 100 trillion cells. And in each and every of this cell, we have a powerhouse, what we call as nucleus. And in the nucleus, we have got this chromosomes. And there are 23 pairs of chromosomes in each and every nucleus of every one of those 100 trillion cells normally. Now, this being so, what happens is when the male egg and the female egg unite, and mind you, the male egg does not have, or the female egg does not have 23 pairs, they have just 23 chromosomes. So that when they unite, the offspring, resultant offspring, will have 23 pairs. That's the way nature has programmed it so beautifully. But sometimes, either the mother or the father, for no fault of theirs, they pass in one extra chromosome. So instead of 23, he or she can pass 24 chromosomes, and now the offspring will have not 46 chromosomes, but it will have 47 chromosomes. And when this extra chromosome is passed at the level, does this have a pointer? Now, when it happens at the position 21, we call it a Down syndrome or trisomy 21. And that's precisely the reason why the 21st day of the third month of every new year is christened by the UNO as the World Down Syndrome Day. And that's why we are here. So can we celebrate this wonderful day together? No. How do we celebrate? That's awesome. I like, you can charge me up. Huh? In my college days, we used to call it Mongolism, though, for obvious reasons, that they have flat nose and almond-shaped ties, short extremities, short neck, and of course the low muscle tone. But aren't they just adorable? That's what they are. Now, coming back to the theme that has been given to me, that mentally challenged are not mentally sick persons. I have made a list of 5 points which will make the thing absolutely crystal clear. Of course, I have got renowned speakers like Dr. Anjali Chabria and others who will make it still further clear, but I am touching the basics. First, the IQ, intelligence quotient for these mentally challenged children of Down syndrome is around 70. There is no hard and fast rule. Whereas a mentally sick person can have a normal IQ. Sometimes they can have an IQ that is higher than what is normal. Here, this mentally challenged children, they have impairment of their social adaptation skills. Whereas these mentally sick people can be absolutely competent socially. These mentally challenged children, they have the mental challenge right from birth. It's congenital and it progresses as the development goes on. Whereas a mental sickness can come at any age. Of course, these children, mentally challenged children, they need supportive care, special education besides treatment, whereas mental sicknesses are easily treatable. And finally, this wonderful Down syndrome, persons with Down syndrome as they are called, They are docile, but they are adorable, they are so affectionate, and they are lovable. But a person who is mentally sick can be a recluse, he can be aggressive, and sometimes even violent. So this makes the basic thing clear as to how mentally challenged children are not the same as mentally sick people. Is that understood?
Yes.
No, I think only a few people. Is that understood?
Yes.
That's better. So the mental challenge is also known as intellectual development disorder or disability. The mental challenge in this persons of Down syndrome starts very early. In the first year itself, you can make out because all the milestones are delayed. Like for example, they sit at around 11 months. They crawl around 17 months. The first words are uttered around 18 months. They start walking around 26 months, which is almost double the normal. But it need not be the same for everyone. It varies from person to person. And the IQ declines steadily as they reach about 10 years. And it reaches a plateau around adolescence. And then it sustains throughout their adulthood life. Friends, recently on 1st March to be precise, in Times of India, we read about this case of the Alibag woman who was 26 weeks pregnant and she was not allowed termination of the pregnancy by the Supreme Court, and the whole family was really upset about it. Now you can imagine if they are upset before the fetus is even born as an infant, what will happen to that infant once it's born? This is a thought worth considering and pondering. But believe me, with the newer and newer prenatal diagnostic tools coming up, more and more cases of Down syndrome are diagnosed when the fetus is in the intrauterine life, in the womb of the mother. And I'm yet to come across a person in my 41 years of practice where the parent, in spite of knowing that the fetus, the child in the womb was Down syndrome case, they continued the pregnancy. Okay? So, but if that child was given this liberty, like UNO has said, is my voice, my community, then that child would have certainly said, "Bhejna itna dur tu mujhe, bas andhere se darta hu main maan, kya main itna bura hu meri maan." I'm not a good singer, but I'm sure I've conveyed the sentiments behind that beautiful song. And that's precisely why I say that if they are not given an opportunity to come in this world, then tiger is not the only living species that is facing extinction. Even Down syndrome cases. These persons with Down syndrome could be extinct after another 5, 6, or 7 decades. Might mark my words. And this in spite of the fact that now this lady, Isabella Belita, she has created a storm in fashion industry. She is from Guatemala. But we have our own Rishi over here. Where is Rishi? Oh, yeah, Rishi, who is a gold medalist in silver. I'm sorry, Rishi, I don't have your picture. I'm sure you'll pardon me for that. Could you please tell her, Rishi? And he's a gold medalist in silver medalist at the Special Olympics. He's also a gold medalist in badminton. So just imagine what they're capable of doing. We have, I don't know if we have Zamir Kazani. Do we have Zamir Kazani over here? He was studying my sister's nursery, that's why I know him. And Gaurav SEHJPAL. He has given solo dance performances in St. Andrews. I remember the first time I went to St. Andrews and gave a talk, I was telling I gave a talk in St. Andrews. And here this Gaurav, my friend of 26 years, has given solo performance. Rang Birangi Sham or Rangarangi Sham. So give him a big hand. I call them the happiest people, because the happiest people don't have the best of everything, but they just make the best of everything, friends. Yeah. And finally, I have a good friend who has a person with Down syndrome in the family, and when I asked him long time back, how do you cope up? And he said, yeah, it was not easy. It was not easy at all. He said, I used to fight with God literally, and said, because I asked God for a normal, healthy son, and He gave me a son with a Down syndrome. And then I said, God, why me? Now that you have given me this, give me the strength. And God gave me more difficulties, maybe to make me strong. He said, I asked God for wisdom. And God gave me more problems to solve. God, you have never given me what I wanted. And that's the time when God spoke to him. And God said, I may not have given you anything that you wanted, but I have given you everything that you ever needed. And you ask me, why me? The answer is, because I trust you and your wonderful spouse to look after this special gift that I have given. Only you can do that. So give him unconditional love. Give him all the care, deep care and understanding. And speak to him kindly. And I assure you, God said to him, that you'll have the most beautiful journey, the fantastic journey of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patient hearing. And before I for you, because I love this song so very much. Though it was for a dyslexic child, not for a Down syndrome, but it conveys the sentiments. Thank you so much.